Hello viewers, this is Herotlinia. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, for the Nintendo DS. Previously, we defeated Estark in 14 rounds, and we collected the Catas Trophy, the game's final Knick-knack. Now to install it in here somewhere. 'Tis a shame to put such a fine article in such a dismal place as this. Ara be whist, Nick. I said I was leaving it up to you now, didn't I? I shouldn't be sticking me nose in. He said he'd leave everything to us, but he can't help worrying about it, can he? See, but sometimes you know can hold your tongue. It's like when someone, they make the paella in the wrong way. How come you put it there anyway, Dad? Don't you like it? Well, gotta put it somewhere, kiddo. It's still really quiet, even though there are loads of visitors. Is that what these places are always like? Dad, don't you think we should put some different things on display? What a huge room! My voice is echoing off the ceiling. Well, time to make nightfall, so that we can put some stuff in different places. And properly display the Catas Trophy. Feast your eyes on this, good sir. Let's do the Slime Curio. Isn't that the Slime Curio from the old curiosity shop in Fortuna? Why, yes it is, sir. Yes, I had someone make me a similar thing once, but it just didn't have the same je ne sais quoi. I'd pay 300,000 gold coins for that, any day of the week. No, every day of the week. You're a lucky fellow. What? He likes that weird Slime Curio? That just shows how weird he is. The senor, he say to us he can tell us about the Knick-knacks, but if you ask me, he just tells us about himself. Truly, Sancho, truly. Yes, we've got something that he can't get. Yes, truly. Strange drapery from old curiosity shop in Fortuna. Sublime slime design. Then how about the Crude Image? Oh yes, that's one of the rather crude images the Sisters of Heavens Above Abbey make as charms for travelers. I don't mean to be rude, of course. I'm sure they work very hard at them. They're just rather, well, shabby, aren't they? Watch your mouth, sir. Oh, what? You think it's got some value, do you? Then you'd better keep it safe. The goddess comes to help her believers, or so I'm heard. So I've heard. Dear goddess, are you listening to this? There's a sinner here who needs to be punished. Well, whenever I hold one of those images, I get a warm feeling all over. That man just doesn't get it, does he? No, he doesn't. He's so sad for the sisters who make these a statue. If they heard these harsh words, they would be so hurt. Wooden statuette of the goddess carved by none of the above. Let's take that back. Finally, the Catas Trophy. That goes here. Well, well, where on earth did you come across this fine-looking trophy? Once you've set eyes on it, you just can't draw yourself away, can you? What? It's from Nadiria? I had no idea they had such fine things. I wonder what you have to do to get residence there. You can't just get a trophy like that by living in Nadiria, though. You have to defeat Estark. He's not serious, is he? No, he can't be. Oof, he would know a say this if he goes there. I should say not. Prize awarded to adventurers for overcoming great perils. Harbors dark forces. We'll leave it up here. The exhibits look different in the middle of the night, don't they? Now then, let's make sure everything else gets put up for display. Over here, we'll place the Crude Image. And over here, we'll place the Slime Curio. That's all the Knick-knacks. The place is fair black with visitors now, you know. The numbers are really starting to go up. Here, this is your share of the admission profits. And we grab 1,000 gold coins. You'll attract different sorts of folk if you try arranging the displays in different ways, you know. Maybe you should have a think about that and start moving a few things around, eh? Cool. Is that your salary, Dad? Because you're the curator, I mean. Maybe we should try changing some of the exhibits around. There's quite a lot to running a Knick-knackatory, isn't there? Now the aficionados, the experts of the Knick-knacks, they're gonna come to see your collection, friend. It's Old Man Nick Knack's diary. Heorot starts to read it. Today's... what does it matter? The point is, that young fiend I made curator's certainly having a good bash, so he is. No doubt he'll have a better feel for the job as time goes on. I'm sure there's no need to worry. No need. No. It's not something you master in a few days, this Knick-knack sport, but you get a little better every day, see? He says we're having a good bash, but we clearly haven't quite got it how he wants yet, have we? I wonder how we're supposed to get a better feel for the job. That sounds like hard work. Well, after setting everything up, let's rest for the night. Thank you. Mr. Knack's after adding a little amendment to his notes about the museum exhibits. It seems he's discovered something about some new articles we could be displaying. Let's check out the notes a little bit. Yep, that's all the knickknacks. Let's check the diary once again. Today's, well, knick-knack, Janie Mac, 'tis one of those days. The lads put the Catas Trophy on display. I nearly died again, so I did. Again! He's a tough one, that fella. I can't rightly grumble at him, what with him being such a bruiser and all. If he stopped grumbling, then he wouldn't be like Old Man Nick Knack anymore. That'd be a bit sad. Old Man Nick Knack seems really surprised. The Catas Trophy must be really valuable. I no believe it too when you get this Catas Trophy, friend. You are as strong and macho now, my majesty. Nothing to report. He keeps an eye on the Knick-knackatory even when we're not here, doesn't he? I hope to the goddess there are no problems here. But you know, sometimes the bad things, they come for us all. Nothing to report. That sounds cool. Oh, 'tis yourselves. I thought I'd take on a guard, what with the exhibits being worth a bob or two now. Seeing more and more visitors coming makes me want to work even harder at making the place special. Wow, this place is bustling, isn't it? Everyone seems to love it. Look at all these senores and senoras. It makes me so happy. See, it's a great Knick-knackatory. It's such a great feeling to see all these people here. It seems like ages ago now that this place was just a cobwebby old place with nothing in it. You can start to imagine what people's lives in different places are like when you look at these exhibits, can't you? It's really quite fascinating. When you look at special souvenirs like this, you can really feel the effort that went into making them. For the souvenirs, it's not just about how much you pay for them. It's about the feeling the artisan he puts inside this souvenir when he is making it. It's from this where comes the real value. I bet there are still lots more souvenirs out there in places I haven't been to yet. No, actually not. We'll have to go off hunting for them together sometime. There aren't any more, at least not in this game. Maybe I'll get one of my prized dishes on display in here if I get famous enough. What's that? I'll have to master haute cuisine and cordon bleu first. I'll be first in line to try some of whatever it is he cooks, if it ever does end up being on display here. Those paellas Sancho makes should be on display here. They're amazing. I don't like to crack my own castanets, but my cooking is something special, no? You like my paellas, see? When I grow up, I'm going to make something too. Can I put it on display here? Well, sure, kiddo. Absolutely. Cool. I'm going to be famous. Maybe I should try making something too. I wonder what sort of thing she has in mind. It'd be great if we could put something of hers on display for her, wouldn't it? These dreams, they are so important. They shape the man you become in the future. You must hold your dreams close to your heart. My, what a lot of pretty little knickknacks. It makes you realize what a world we live in. What a world, what a world. You have the eyes for beauty, see, friend? It's a good idea to make the displays like this. All of the rooms look different once you put a few knickknacks in them, don't they? I like pretty little knickknacks too. They're my favorite. Let's check around a little more. Hello, ma'am. These knickknacks are all so pretty, aren't they? This place is big like the rooms in Gotha Castle. Who do you think put up such an enormous building? Was it Old Man Nick Knack, do you think? Could have been. I never expected to happen across such a marvelous place on an earthly journey. The goddess works in mysterious ways. It's good if the travelers, they can have the siesta here too, no? Indeed, Sancho, indeed. It doesn't matter if people plan to come here or just stumble on the place. The more the merrier. I hope more and more travelers come by here and look at all the things we've put on display. Hello, Zenithian. I heard a rumor that Madason had been appointed curator of this museum, so I came hither to witness it for myself. What a thoughtful collection of rare items. Do you think she flew here all the way from the Zenithian castle up in the sky? Wow, having wings would be amazing. Your Knick-knackatory, it is famous now, my majesty. The senores and senoras are coming from far and wide. If only I had wings, I could soar up into the sky and fly free for miles and miles. I really can't decide which artifact I should purchase for my little precious back home. Maybe I'll just buy the lot. They're not for sale, sir. I'd be happy with anything that was given to me, if it was given with love. Maybe it's a good idea if we choose for the Senor de good souvenir, no? It's good not knowing what souvenir you're going to buy. You can have fun looking at all the different things on sale. I've been retired for many a long year now, but it's a comfort to know the work of us craftsmen will be preserved for the young ones to see. Wow, a real craftsman! That's amazing! That old man had a twinkle in his eye. I'm sure he has still got the skills to make something, even now. See, this senor, he is the true artisan. He has some kind of special aura. For a civilization to create such finely crafted, beautiful works of art. Interesting, most interesting. See, this museum is just right for studying the cultures and the foreign places, no? Do you think he came here to study? Studying from books is all well and good, but it's better if you can actually get to see the real thing, too. Ah, yes it is. Truly it is. Good, good. I'm glad to see my country's been properly represented. With our speciality on display here, we should see a few more tourists visiting. Which country is that, good sir? If it's something that's on display here, it means we must have been to wherever he comes from, doesn't it? That seems likely. For the countries that are displaying their souvenirs, it's good if muchos travelers are visiting them, see? I suppose it does kind of advertise places if we put exhibits from them on display here. Look at all these beautiful items. I feel a poem coming on. There was once a curator called Madason. What a superb poem. I think it's even more entertaining than the exhibits. See, I know he's full of the wonderful displays, but he's no good to make so much noise. It's a museum. You'll no make no noise in the museum. You must be a silence all the time. And all the wonderful displays that did the visitors amaze were collected by none other than Heorot. Tooting your own horn, eh? Well, what do you think? Could I be a poet too? If you're not concerned with realism. Oh, hello, ma'am. I wish someone would give me a pretty little trinket sometime. See, everyone likes the pretty displays, but it's the inside that counts. We have the saying where I come from, faces we see, hearts we don't know. Yeah, I'd quite like a pretty little trinket too. If I had to choose one trinket from all the things in here, I'd take one of the really amazing inventions, something really interesting. "'Tis some grand weather we're having, isn't it? Even for a dead fella like myself, 'tis nice to warm your bones." What are you doing out here, Nick? It's nice to see the sun shining. I feel all warm and sleepy now. It feels so nice and warm. I love the smell of the sun. See, this is mañana. It's very important. It's good to relax sometimes, you know. This really is a fine collection of articles from all walks of life, a tribute to man's potential, don't you think? Anyone can become great, right, Dad? I wonder what kind of potential she's talking about. There are so many different kinds, hundreds and hundreds potentially. In these displays, the Senora sees the potential of the mankind. See, she is a very shrewd Senora. Tee-hee-hee, a museum in the middle of the forest. This is fun. Isn't it, though? It does smell nice and green here. It feels nice to be in the forest, surrounded by living trees all around. This museum, it nowhere seems to be out of place in the forest. It is like a big tree. Can you believe it? This is where he brings me on our honeymoon. I'm sure all of these pieces of junk are just wonderful, but where's the beach? And what about the candlelit dinners, I'm gathering this isn't quite what she had in mind. I hope I'll get married one day. Not anytime soon, though. It's strange. I believe all young women, they love to see the fine things made by the artisans, no? That lady's really pretty, isn't she? Looks like my wife's really enjoying the place, eh? Think again, good sir. I knew this would be a great place for a honeymoon. I can't think of a better start to our life together. He's nothing better than to see the proud young senor and the new senor I see, but he's better if they are happy. Yes, truly. He is very happy. He actually thinks his wife is having fun. What a nice man. It's a shame he doesn't realize his wife's not enjoying herself. Yes, isn't it, though? Well, let's zip back to the entrance. There should be a little bit of dialogue with Old Man Nick Knack. I don't much like going in posh places like what this is. Makes me feel all nervous. Why would anyone feel nervous here? I think the place is cool. When you feel really nervous like that, you start to hear your own heart beating. See, it's true. It's no easy to relax in a building when it's so grand. Some people don't even want to go inside. Oh well. Ah, there you are. Hello, Old Man Nick Knack. So you've finally gathered all the souvenirs, then, I see? Yep, we've gathered all the knickknacks in the game. And I can honestly say at last, the displays look grand. Everything's in its proper place. Let's go inside and take one last look at all the cracking work you've done. Yes, indeed, old man. Ah, 'tis grand indeed that you've gathered everything together for me. Maybe now I can finally rest in peace. Thank you kindly. 'Has been a fair crike, so it has. Old Man Nick Knack may no longer be with us, but I can't help feeling that he is not too far away. It's because of your efforts, my majesty, that these Knick-knackatories is such a fine place now. This old senor, now he can rest at last. He's gone. Does that mean we won't get to see him anymore? Well, he didn't quite go into the light, now did he? Ah, phew. Ah, phew. Old Man Nick Knack seems to be in a very, very deep sleep. He's in such a deep sleep. Do you think it's okay that he's not making any moves to go to the goddess? Now this old senor, he is sleeping. It means that you have become the real man, my majesty. I did feel like I could still sense his presence, but I didn't realize that was because he was still here. Yes, quite interesting. The treasure chest must be full of his precious things. Better leave it be. This room is easy to clean, eh? See, your Uncle Sancho, he knows about such things. I bet you can hear whenever people go up and down the stairs. Cool. This is like a secret room, hidden away under the stairs. Double-check the diary. It's still saying the same thing. Yep, the Catas Trophy is now on display. as well as most of the other knickknacks. Except for the Toff's tea set, which we had to turn in. Old Man Nick Knack seems really surprised. Yes, my Majesty is now the Macho Man. Ah, hello there. Upstairs is so packed with people, I can't relax. It's far better down here, and the articles they keep hidden away aren't bad either. Well, they're not exactly hidden. I suppose this is a good place if you just want to look at some exhibits without worrying about the crowds. This room is not the display room, it's just the storeroom. But the senor, he no seem to care. Well, he's welcome to look down here. It's great that people are looking at everything we've put on display, even the exhibits in the storeroom. So that completes the Knick-knackatory. Now, in the next episode, we'll take a look at the completed monster book. This is Herr Rotlinia. I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.